Tim Jennings here on the second session of the one-man internet department here, and we're going to now touch on step one, which is investment. Somebody has to spend money for that online presence, whatever it be, wherever you want to have your footprint digitally and online. Money has to be spent to get it there. You know, if you're a one-man internet department or you're in charge of the department, you know, if you'll treat your owner's money as his own, I think you will find that it's a whole lot easier to get things accomplished. So if you treat your owner's money as his own, if you give him monthly reports, I think you can show him and you'll earn his respect by showing him what you're doing is working. Most all of the services can be done yourself. You can provide the service to spend the dollars elsewhere. So anything that you see, or any vendor that has a product, you can do it yourself. The question becomes is it advantageous for you to do it yourself or to spend money to have somebody else do it? You know, one thing I've done in the past and still do is I spend my own money on various different things to make sure that it works, and then I go to the boss and show him that, and the owner, and when he sees that I've invested my time and my money in it, it's real easy to get him on board. And if you can prove a return on your investment, your ROI, it's really hard to say no. And you know, there's free sites everywhere. If you just Google free automotive URL and add a car link, you'll find that those are mostly going to be free sites where you can put your data in a lot of time. One source of great business is a IMN newsletter, or you can do it yourself, Constant Contact. Now, like I say, talking about spending some of your own money, Constant Contact starts at $15 a month. I sure hope that any salesperson can afford $15 a month. You know, if you can't, you might be in the wrong business. But you can start out with 500 email addresses for $15 a month. But you have to ask yourself, you want a Cadillac or you want a Cobalt? Because, you know, IMN is a very good newsletter source, but, you know, they get paid for their services, and rightly so. They do a great job. This is an example of an older IMN newsletter right there. They do a real good job. This is a picture of my very first newsletter, and you get what you pay for. You know, there was a lot of time, effort, and money put into those newsletters right there. But, you know, it's something that I owned, and it's something that I personally did, and that comes across to my customers. They know that it's me doing it. You know, I once heard it said that, you know, doing a newsletter is like a 50-page turn paper that's due tomorrow, and you only got half of it done. And it really can be grueling. You know, you get what you pay for, but pay for something. My first newsletter sold 2 cars uniquely. I sent that email out. There was a customer I could not get a hold of, and a half hour he had opened it up, because they give you the reports. You know who opens it up. He was in to the dealership, and I closed the deal. Now, video mail, that's something that's new. You can do a lot of things with it. We're going to talk a little bit about making some videos on YouTube. You can link to it. You can do video email as well. All right, the next step we're going to talk about is step 2 is data entry. So on data entry, somebody's got to put that information in there so that somebody can take it out. So, you know, you're looking in, and they're putting it out. Now, understand this, that the consumer is looking at an ad, not a car. The car is in the ad. And I think if you look at that and give that ad some attention and some time, your responses just turn right around, and you start to see the results. Emails are data, phone calls are leads, people at your desk are customers. They're not customers till they're sitting at the desk. phone calls and emails and all that stuff is just data for you to work. So as you're doing your data entry, what you want to do is you want to create curiosity in your ad. Pick out some words that work for your cars, like a premium lighting package. Okay, what is a premium lighting package? Well, it's standard on the Grand Prix, but if you put that in the ad and your competition is not, you've built in perceived value. You know, here's something I disagree with, but Carfax calls rentals one owner. If you got a rental car on your lot, you can go ahead and call it one owner. Carfax says it's okay. Shop your cars online. Whose car has more value? Research the ads that build value well. You know, be different. Mystery shop. Find out what other people are doing well. Do it a little better. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We'll get into talk about some embossing photos here and get some eye-catching and bright colors. Now, this is a slide of cars.com. This is a slide of AutoTrader. Okay. Once you put your data in and a customer does a localized search, if they just want a 2006 Grand Prix, you can see we've got up here, this is what comes up. You've got everybody's Grand Prix in there. This is your ad's first test. Okay, which one would you click on? Why? That's what you have to ask yourself. Jump in and examine your cars. This is a head-to-head competition. Do you have a game plan for this? What is it? What are you doing to make your car stand out in either one of these two arenas or any place that your car has head-to-head competition? Just like a newspaper ad, when we used to look at our ads, would say, what are they doing? How can we do it a little different, a little better? With AutoTrader, if you look right here, and I know you can't see it, but I've got some yellow embossing. I think that creates some curiosity in my ad. You might be able to see that yellow versus none there. And my red logo, I selected red because of my local competition who I normally went up with. I wanted my ad to jump out a little bit more than theirs. So I thought that red, the darker red and black outlined, was better off than some of the white backgrounds that they had. Made my little tile logo stick out, my name stick out a little bit better. Now with Cars.com, the only advantage you can get and create is in the photo, because they do not give you any unique text fields in that first ad, so it can only be done in the photo. Cars.com or AutoTrader gives you 75 or more keystrokes to build value. So it better be some high value words that's right out of the gate. If you read a lot of these things, they'll say Pontiac excitement, 220 horsepower. If those are the first words and then, 200 keystrokes down it says sunroof, you're missing it. You better have sunroof, chrome wheels, 6-disc CD player, monsoon sound up first. So that you can get that advantage right there on the first head-to-head game. That's a picture of